Western Mass News breaking down the latest on the state's plan to return students to the classroom. Different guidance and rules are being put in place for the last months of this unusual school year. And Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us now live out of Springfield with more. Audrey.
Officials with the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education are hoping to get all kids grades K through 8 back to school full time, and they say high school students will follow shortly after that. And state officials are implementing a host of changes in order to help students end the year more normally than how they started it.
I'm cautiously optimistic. It's been a long year.
And it's been a school year that no one can forget. Nicole Shibley's second grader is ready to go back to school on April 5th, when state education officials say 90% of elementary students in Massachusetts will be back full-time. Shibley initially wanted to stay full remote at the start of the year, but now...
But I understand that it's time and we have to do it.
The state has made the decision to push back but not cancel MCAS testing. Officials say it should be used not to rank the performance of different schools, but to assess how the pandemic may have affected the students' overall ability to learn the curriculum.
We should not assume that teachers have not been assessing students all year.
Stephanie Logan is the chair of Springfield College's education department. She tells Western Mass News that while high-stakes testing may be stressful for students in the last few months of school, it could provide districts with a broad picture of how existing divides in student performance have been affected by COVID-19.
Opportunity gaps create achievement gaps.
And for juniors and seniors, some of those rites of passage that every student gets to experience in non-pandemic years are no longer out of the question.
DESE just came out with some new information and guidance regarding graduations and proms. We're planning for an in-person graduation and an in-person prom this year.
The state has put in capacity limits and other COVID-19 requirements for these events and the venues where they'd be held. The mayor of West Springfield says they're looking at possibly moving the annual commencement from the Big E Fairgrounds.
We may be more limited because of the indoor requirements are a little more restrictive than the outdoor requirements. So we're weighing the Coliseum versus doing it at Clark Field behind the high school.
One part of the state's back-to-school plan that's raised a lot of eyebrows is their decision to limit spacing between students to 3 to 6 feet rather than 6 feet. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.